A picture of, it looks like a calling card. Here's what he says. Proof that the EM1 from Advanced Warfare is returning in MW3 will likely coincide with the rumored Advanced Warfare season for Season 3. Rumors and leaks are going around that there will be different throwback seasons during the MW3 life cycle. So for example, Season 1 is going to be all about COD 4. So there's going to be like a bunch of COD 4 weapons that get launched. People here
do not play their own game.
3,000 devs can't figure out how to add a reconnect feature to a AAA title, I guess. I don't know.
Because Infinity Ward doesn't tell their consumers anything.
Maybe that'll take some of the sweats away from Shoot House.
You can cope about that for sure.
Thanks for tweeting, at least. Thanks for doing more than Infinity Ward has done. They just keep tweeting about the soccer bundles in the store.
Things that are bad. We've got a couple words. Why don't you kick it off, Tanner?
This is going to be a longer section than the first part you guys heard.
Change it, obviously, of course.
Hey. Wasn't sure if we were going to hold it hostage until we got the 20. We're at 17 right now. Wait a little bit longer, guys. We just won't start the pod. If you're listening on an app, sorry. We don't have the 20 likes yet on the live stream, so we're not starting it. So like it. I'm not playing the intro again, no.
All right, we're live. Sorry. Yeah, we're
just not getting it, I guess.
My dog was barking. That's why I was muted. We better goddamn have 20. We need like a hand signal for that.
We have two more.
One more on my screen.
I guess no one cares about the beta. No one cares about us.
Yeah, no one cares.
Zanoli cares about us.
Matter.
No one else
Woo!
does. Yeah.
20 likes. Woo, fuck woo. All right,
cool.
We are live. Welcome, boys and girls. And we're keeping that in. We're not editing that out. Welcome to the Dropshot Call of Duty podcast, episode number 366. 300 and Route 66. My name is Casey, also known as Razinon. Today, I'm joined by young Tanner for an episode of the Dropshot Call of Duty podcast. Some of you may be alarmed because you're hearing this podcast early, whether you are one of the 30 plus here live now, or in fact, you're listening on an app on a Thursday. And you might be wondering, how the fuck did this happen? Well, we are streaming on Wednesday instead today. We'll get into that Wednesday in a second. But I don't think we're going to really get much more info by tomorrow on anything, frankly. And there's already a good amount to cover. So, if we miss anything super big, we'll cover it on Saturday. But I don't expect that to happen. So, yeah, today we got a couple things to talk about, a couple announcements, a couple little changes to MW2 if anyone cares, which they shouldn't. And then a lot of info and leaks on a good amount of info and leaks on MW3, as well as some pending changes coming to the beta that will be going live tomorrow. Some exciting stuff to talk about, which I'm very pleased with. As we've been saying, the next couple of weeks from basically last week until the launch of MW3, every news pod's going to be like pretty interesting. We're going to be learning a lot over the next, 30 days, each and every week. And I'm very excited about that. So before we get into the show, we have, as I said, a couple of announcements. We are a little backlogged on acknowledging our patrons. We didn't do it last week because of the COD Next reveal. So welcome to all of our new patrons from the past 2 weeks, our new gold patrons. Here we go. The Pharmacist, D-Man, change both of them. Alan Y. I think that's a fictional character's name. Maybe not. Marcel, Burns, Blake N, Dustin L, and Sir Chance 3. Change it. Welcome. Our new gold patrons. We appreciate that, boys. Very kind of you and welcome aboard. We also got some new platinum patrons. Martin J and Jimmy fucking F. Let's go, baby. Woo! Fuck woo! And you guys are better than the gold patrons, and we appreciate that. And welcome. And last and most importantly, we got the Giga Scam. The best possible upgrade type. Edgy tech support. He was
Tech support.
Edgy was the tech support goblin, and then he got promoted to tech support orc, and then he got demoted to tech support dunce. So I don't know what his title is now. I don't know what it ought to be now. We might need to do some layoffs in the tech support department of our Discord, but Edgy, this character with a storied employment history in the Dropshot tech support Discord, was an annual Damascus patron, and then we opened up the Obsidian patron allotment from 5 to 10. I don't know how many slots we have now, by the way. If you're one of the people who wants to get scammed, you better get in there, because I think we have maybe 2 slots.
I think there are 2.
Because Edgy, in fact,
there is
occupied one last one. Holy shit. Another one. And he locked it in for a year. Edgy. With the huge upgrade from annual Damascus to annual Obsidian, which is, by the way, a lot of financial support for those of you who have not looked at the Obsidian tier on our Patreon. And if you're locking that in for a year, you're getting a discount, a pretty sizable one at that tier. But you're still, that's a lot of financial support, which we, of course, will happily accept. And enjoy your new black name in Discord, the coveted Obsidian Skybox, and the bragging rights. Edgy, that is insanely generous, and welcome to the Obsidian Skybox King. Cheers to you, and thank you very much. That's very generous. We really appreciate it, dude. And thank you very much.
Yeah,
very
thanks,
kind of
man.
you.
I'm confused because I swear we had 3 spots open. Edgy's been the only one that I saw join, and it says we have 1.
Yeah,
I'm very confused. We'll have to take a peek at that. We'll have to do a little deep dive into that sometime.
Yeah, if you are an Obsidian patron and we didn't say anything, it's because we missed it. So if that's you, join the Discord and tell me, and then we will rectify that post haste. But Obsidian's a little weird with the notifications. Sometimes I get them, like in this case. Sometimes I don't. I don't know why. But regardless, Edgy, thank you very, very much. Now, and thank you to all of our other patrons, I guess, but thanks mostly to Edgy, obviously. So, welcome aboard. Speaking of the Patreon, as we have been saying, now is the best time to join the Patreon. We're gearing up for MW3. We already have the betas coming out. We're going to be playing the beta soon. We've already done a Patreon episode. We'll be doing more. There's going to be a ton of MW3 focused, forward-looking content there, and on Saturdays, frankly, and like on the public feed as well. And that trend will continue from now until, honestly, like a month post Warzone integration. There's a ton of new content and forward looking that's going to be happening for quite a while. And we just released this morning our first Patreon episode for this month, which was a multiplayer balls deep dive. It was a lot. We did like a 2-hour, very focused and detailed discussion on the new perk system. What's good, what's bad, what is yet to come. By the way, that's another thing that I'm not seeing as much talk about is what perks don't we have yet or haven't been announced yet. No one's really talking about this, but I think it's super relevant, and we talked about it extensively on that episode. So, like, for example, High Alert or Tracker. These are perks that are just not in the MW3 beta right now, and they haven't been announced either. But we also know that those perks are going to be in the game.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to not have Tracker in this game. We've had Tracker in every game for the past probably 7 years. So we know we're getting that, and no one's talking about it. So then we listed all the perks that we know we're going to be getting, like Quick Fix, High Alert, Tracker, Cold Blooded. And then we also kind of tried to speculate where are these perks going to go? What slot? Is it going to be a vest? Is it going to be gloves? Is it going to be boots? Is it going to be gear? And then we kind of use that plus the information obviously we already have to talk about what's good, what's bad, and what the best vest / perk combo is going to be. And it was super fun getting into that. That's why the episode was so long, because we were just debating each other and ourselves, like what's good, what's bad, what's going to be worth using. It was a lot of fun.
It was hard
really
to choose,
long.
Yeah.
And in fact, we didn't even get through our full plan of episode. We were going to talk about streaks, field upgrades, equipment, and we really only talked about the perks because there was just so much meat on those bones.
Girthy.
So
yeah,
it was very girthy. That was in fact the meat, the potatoes, and the dessert, and we just didn't know it. So we went into all that. That episode is now live, patreon.com/thedropshot, and it's a COD episode. It's available to all of our patrons. So if you want to listen to that, it's now live. Join the Patreon and check it out. And what we think we're going to be doing on the Patreon for the rest of this month is a zombies episode, because we have a ton of info on that for MW3. And then probably MW3 multiplayer part 2, where we finish the episode we plan to do in one. We'll talk about the streaks, and it'll be post us having played the beta.
That's true. So we can go back and talk about the perks more, like what we, if we were correct on our observations. Yeah, I'm excited to get all into all of that tomorrow when we actually get to play it. Try all the different boots. I'm excited for the boots, man. Oh, there are some crazy ones. The boots are gonna go bonkers. So excited to test all of that. It's gonna be excellent.
Yeah. So that episode is now live, and it was really fun and one of the best episodes I dare say we've done in quite a while. And speaking of the Patreon, by the way, free trials for our Patreon, as a reminder, are going to be available from the 13th to the 31st of October. So you could join our Patreon, patreon.com/thedropshot, starting on the 13th through October for free. And you'll get 7 days free access at the gold tier. So you'll immediately get ad-free early access and access to every gold bonus episode we've ever done, including the multiplayer one I just talked about, and the zombies one we're going to be doing, and the other multiplayer one we're probably going to be doing, and more if you decide to stay on. So, if you've been mulling over joining the Patreon, considering it, that's what free trials are for. Join up for the free trial, listen to a couple episodes we've done, and enjoy the ad-free experience on the public episodes and the early access. And if you're getting enough value for that, by the way, $5 for 30 days. And you get 3 bonus episodes, some of which are fucking 2 hours. That would be 6 hours of bonus content, $5 in a month. How many dollars a day is that? Let's do some quick maths. What is that? 60 cents a day? No,
something
way less than that. 6 cents a day?
No, not even fucking close. You're wrong.
It's 500 cents. So 500 over 30. What is that? 8. I have not slept
16?
well the past 2 nights.
You make it 16.
Something like that. 16 cents a day. I mean, it's insanely. The value is outrageous. So go to patreon.com/thedropshot. And if you join for free, it's 0 cents a day, bitch. So the free trial's 13th through the 31st. Check that out. But anyway, yeah.
I just paid $5 this morning for a gallon of milk. $4.99 for 1 single gallon of whole milk.
And that doesn't last a month. Unless you like
lasts
spoiled
about
milk.
A week and a half. Sometimes I do. Yeah, every once in a while I go for that.
Sometimes you like a spoiled milk latte, right?
Yeah, nothing better than a hot, steamed, spoiled milk vanilla latte.
Oh, it's so gross. You're so disgusting.
Yummy. With the chunks in there. Yummy.
And we'll edit that out. So anyways, yeah, that's going to be available. And then one other announcement for me. The reason we're doing this episode on Wednesday right now instead of tomorrow when we normally do it on Thursday, it's because the beta goes live tomorrow.
Yes.
So we want to play the beta right away. And I didn't want to have to record and stop playing for after 2 hours to record. So what we decided to do is fuck around and do a little gameplay stream. It's been a while since we did a gameplay stream. So tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time, which is when the beta goes live, we will also be live streaming the beta. I will be streaming it, but Tanner will be there. So it'll be my gameplay, but Tanner will be in voice with me and everything. It's going to be just a gameplay stream. I'm going to play the game. I'll talk to chat. I'll give some preliminary thoughts. So if you have missed gameplay streams or you want to see one, check us out tomorrow. And again, that's been posted in the schedule, so this shouldn't be a surprise if you're following us on Twitter or you're in our Discord. But yeah, that's going to be fun. I have not done a gameplay stream on the new machine, so I'll be curious to see how that goes. And if you can't watch live, I will consider making the VOD for that gameplay stream public, so you can watch it after the fact on our YouTube channel. I might not. I might make it members only. I might make it subs only. We'll see. We'll see how I'm fucking feeling. It's gonna here's what's gonna happen. If I enjoy the beta and I'm doing well, then everyone can watch it. And if not, I'll just fucking delete it, because I'll be in a bad mood and I won't want to give anyone anything. So we'll see. So hey, if you want to watch the VOD and you don't want to be a YouTube member, you better hope I fucking do well. You better start praying. So anyway, yeah, that'll be fun. And we're going to live stream it on YouTube. So, and also on our website, thedropshot.com/live if you want to watch us that way. But yeah. So yeah, that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to the gameplay stream tomorrow. Are you excited yet? Has the excitement sunken in yet for you to play the beta?
No. Give me time to get one kill, and then I'll either be excited or I'll be logging off and going back to Tarkov. We'll see. There
are a lot of open questions. Yeah. And we talked about this on the Patreon app.
I'm not a child, so like I'm excited to try the game, but it's a beta. What am I gonna I'm not gonna grind it. Like I can't believe people end up playing the beta the whole weekend ever. That always actually blows my mind. So unfortunately I'm gonna have to play it enough to hit max level of 30 so I can try everything. But let's be clear, I'll be super bored by then, even if the game's really fun. It's a beta. There's no reason to keep playing because it's all going to reset. There's nothing to grind for. So, but I am excited to try it, of course, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I'm with you on that. Don't you get like a special calling card or some shit for hitting max level too?
Maybe. Who cares? But yeah, probably. You'll get something. I mean, in the MW3 beta, it was the a SCAR blueprint that you never used because by the day the game drops, there's other shit to use, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So anyway, that'll be fun. So if you want to see that, check out our YouTube. Any other announcements? No?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Here's the jingle. Crash, I will never play Search and Destroy with anyone.
I was just typing that. There is nothing he hates more than playing Search and Destroy. He has ADD. He can't sit still for 30 seconds after he's dead and wait. It is a shit game mode because multiplayer COD sucks, but yeah.
I'll play Dom or Hardpoint with you, but I'm not playing Search with you, bud. I'll never do it.
He won't even do it like at our hangouts. Like if people, well, most people don't want to play Search, but sometimes people suggest it, and he's like, "You guys can play Search. I won't be playing it."
Yep, correct. Shit game mode. I want to play Search. I'll go play Counter-Strike 2 or whatever, or Valorant. A game that's actually built for that. Anyways, whatever. Fuck Search. Welcome to the show today. But you like Warzone. Yeah, it's different, Crash. It's very different. Okay. Play Warzone.
He's dead all the time in Warzone, though, so.
I'll play, that's not true. I'll play Hardpoint with you. I'll play Dom with you. Won't play Search. Or fucking Cyber Attack or whatever. Because they're shit. They're shit game modes.
Yeah, but there's a lot of shit talk. That is what makes it fun, and you love that.
True.
You love
That's a good
the
point.
shit talking. We had some fun last time we played Search. I think it was like MW3. We played a little bit of Search with Jake for a few days.
Search.
And all you did was shit talk. So you had fun.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a good point. Yeah, maybe I should give it another chance for the shit talk. Yeah, that's a good point. Anyways, welcome to the show. Today, we have episode 366. A couple things to get into here. So first, let's get the boring shit that probably none of you care about out of the way. MW2 news and patches.
Yeah, I put this in here because it was a patch, but I don't care about any of it, I'll be honest, because the game's dead. I'm going to play the haunting event for 1 hour, and then I won't be playing Warzone until December. Yeah.
I'm not going to play MW2 again after the haunting event. I mean, let's just be honest with ourselves, right? So anyway, with that said, we will do our due diligence for our dear listeners. You guys are welcome. This is like pulling teeth for us, so give us money.
Lots of it, yeah.
For doing this, yeah, because this is suffering for us. This is mental anguish. Anyway, here's the patch.
Wait, what was that term? This is mental paralysis. That's what this is.
Oh yeah, mental paralysis. Yeah. So okay, no, it's not September 20. Surely we've. Okay, yeah, here we go. So let me see.
Just the 11th, right? Is there another one?
Did we talk about? Yeah, just the 11th. Okay, here we go. So we had some weapon balancing changes. So first of all, this is interesting actually. The Gaia Operator Nova skin. So the fucking what's the Groot skin, that the meta Warzone skin everyone's using?
Yeah, is that Groot? Is that the Gaia one?
Yes, yeah. So added VFX to the base skin that reflects the same level of visibility as the Black Cell skin. So supposedly they made it easier and improve visibility compensation. So basically they're trying to make it more visible because everyone's been complaining that skin is OP. I still see everyone using it. Maybe they just haven't changed their operator yet, or maybe they didn't do enough. This is Infinity, or maybe they didn't do anything at all.
Well, it's because it's cool looking, so that's why
Ward.
Everyone still runs it, even if it's like a normal operator skin. It's the new cool thing, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, this is smart for them to do if they actually did it. But don't forget, you guys are all in a sledgehammer state of mind. A dev team that may or may not be actually catering to the community. I get that you're in that mindset because you've been playing the beta and interacting with the beta news and patch notes and things. Don't forget, right now, when I say the Gaia skin or weapon balance changes, we are unfortunately back to talking about Infinity Ward for now. So this is not to be taken for granted, unlike something Sledgehammer might say. Do not take this for granted. We have no idea if they've changed the Gaia skin at all. I don't, anyway. Maybe some of you do. But anyway, keep that in mind. And then they list some bug fixes. Once again, I'll pick one at random. There's only 4 here. Okay, the third one. Fixed an issue where a random spawn skin could be equipped in the Operators tab after the player selects one of the spawn skins in the Showcase tab. Got it. Cool.
3 people experienced this bug, by the way.
Yeah, it's just insane. Warzone weapons. The following weapon balance changes are only reflected in Warzone. So a couple balance changes. Cast off 545. Mid damage increased. Don't know what that means, and I'm done complaining about it, frankly. Cast off 762 was buffed. Yeah, it was just buffed, which it super needed. So cool. Cast off 74U was buffed. Lockman 556 was buffed. Kind of. Head multi decreased. Weird. But mostly buffed, I would say. M13 nerfed a little. The Geist nerfed. RIP. SMGs, ISO 9mm, basically unchanged, but technically nerfed.
Yeah.
Lockman sub buffed, which is close damage decreased.
Yeah.
But then the head and neck multis increased. Weird change.
Yeah, you're not hitting a ton of headies with SMGs usually anyways, so I don't think that's that important.
Yeah, it's probably overall a nerf, I think. Lockman Shroud was nerfed, which it probably needed based on its CTK. Minibok buffed. MX9
doesn't matter as a 32 round mag.
But yeah, it doesn't matter.
But you can continue to change it, it won't matter.
Yeah, Lockwood 300, the Maelstrom dual trigger. This is the one-shot shotgun attachment. Its close damage range and close mid damage range were decreased. So it can still one-shot, but the ranges at which it can have been brought in a little bit. And I think we have more details on that.
We've got data from someone that tested it, yeah.
Yeah, because Infinity Ward doesn't, right? We got data from someone
No.
who tested it because Infinity Ward doesn't.
Yeah, no.
A real dev studio would have actually, that has devs, not embezzlers, would have told us the Maelstrom dual trigger close damage range went from 5 to 3 meters or whatever. But this isn't a real dev studio, so that's why we don't know. So I just can't help but complain about it. Sorry. God, I hate Infinity Ward. They're so bad. Warzone ranked play. Close the Alt F4 exploit. How long was that a bug for, by the way? Or an exploit,
2 months.
by the way?
2 months, I think.
2 months?
Yeah.
Ranked play, by the way.
And you know, the reason they didn't change it is because they had to take the servers down. Because there was one random day when they... Or was it when the season launched? I don't know. So basically, like last week, though, they didn't just change this. This happened last week. They took the servers, ranked servers offline. It was during COD Next, actually. That's when it was. The ranked servers were offline for more than 24 hours. And that's what I said in Discord. I'm like, they must be fixing the Alt F4 bug, and they have to take the servers down for it. So they chose to do it then when half of the top 250 players are at COD Next. So they took the servers down, and that is when they fixed it. So yeah, that's been fixed since last week. So people have been pointing out how it's funny now to see how little a bunch of the no names in the top 250 are gaining SR now compared to how much they were gaining beforehand with obviously Alt F4ing, you know?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So good job for fixing a bug that was in the game for 2 months and ruined ranked.
Yeah. Yeah, this is why I said we just kind of, gave up on MW2. I mean, we lost faith in this game quite a while ago, and we were correct to, as evidenced by this, for example. I mean, how does a ranked play game-breaking bug persist for like 2 months like this?
Well, yeah, and think of like...
It's just insane.
That's got to be, what, 20% of the life cycle of rank this year? Something like that? True. That was a bug for 20% of ranked play? Like, it's crazy.
True. Yeah.
I don't even know why we give them, like... I don't even know why people praise them for fixing this shit, honestly. It's just like, it's fucking embarrassing it takes this long. They shouldn't be praised whatsoever. It's their fucking job, and it takes them that long. Figure out how to fix it faster. I don't know.
Yeah, so... and let me just finish these real quick. And then there are 2 bug fixes listed here that don't matter. Okay, so that's it. Those were the changes. Those were the sum total changes in the past week. Which is fine. I don't care anymore. As we said, MW2 is dead. I'm done with it. I'm going to play the Haunting, and then that's it. And then I could probably uninstall it after 2 hours of the Haunting.
And let's be clear.
I won't, but I probably could. So
we're playing the Haunting because of the pod. If we didn't do the pod, we would not even play the Haunting. Yeah. It'll be cool, but it's an LTM. So yeah.
Yeah, and I'm in an MW3 state of mind now anyway.
You gotta stop saying state of mind.
I'm in the MW3 state of mind,
New York state of mind.
Call me Alicia Keys. Is that the song? Alicia Keys? Is she the singer? New York state of mind?
Yeah, I guess so.
That's a song, right?
Yes.
She's a great singer, by the way. She should have made more music. Anyways, whatever.
It is a good song. It's a great song, actually, yeah.
Yeah. What was I going to say? So yeah, by the way, I'm just going to take this opportunity now, and I will be saying this again and stay mad. Never forget Infinity Ward is the worst dev studio at Activision. Please don't forget it. Because a lot of people forgot that before MW2 launched. Before COD Next for MW2 happened. A lot of people forgot Infinity Ward is the worst dev studio, bar none, easily at Activision. It's also, unfortunately, the biggest and most well-supported one by Activision for some, the reasons because they make a fuck ton of money. But as far as the consumer goes, people who play the video games, Infinity Ward is, and I think will always be, unless there is an infiltration, an armed infiltration of every Infinity Ward studio, and every single person in upper management is replaced or something. Infinity Ward will remain the worst dev studio by orders of magnitude at Activision when we compare them to literally all of the other ones.
You think they're better than Toys for Bob?
No, probably not. I would, if Toys for Bob probably has 5 employees, and I'd rather they be the head dev studio of the next game than Infinity Ward.
One's a janitor,
actually.
One's a secretary, and the other 3 are the actual devs. Yeah.
But that would be 3 more devs than Infinity Ward has, because they have 0. They have embezzlers. They don't have devs. So just as a reminder, and I know all of you are going to forget, and I'm going to remind you again when, unfortunately, we are going to be talking about our next Infinity Ward flagship game. This dev team, quote unquote dev team, sucks balls. They're terrible. They're the worst. They're the most lazy. They're the most incompetent. And they are also the most dishonest, whether through outright lies or omissions. And they're the most callous, because sometimes they'll say that when they're in the beta trying to sell boxes and pretending, of course, that they will, this year it'll be different and we'll actually listen and we'll actually talk to the community. Back in that era, they even said like, oh, we heard your feedback on red dots on the minimap, for example, but you guys can decolonize yourselves because we're not changing anything. Oh, okay, cool. What other dev studio has done that? Since we started this podcast, none. No one's been that brazen. So just to remind you, and I told you guys this before MW2 launched, I said, they're so communicative. Everyone was sucking them off on Twitter. Oh, Infinity Ward has so much community engagement this year. I'm so excited. This bodes well for MW2. I told you right then and there, this is a psyop. They won't keep doing this. They're going to do it for the beta. They're going to do it up till season 1. And they're going to go completely radio silent, just like they did for MW19. And unsurprisingly to anyone, I was right. And they will do it again the next time Infinity Ward is the head dev studio. No matter how much engagement they have with the community leading up to the launch of their next flagship title, they will go radio silent by season 1 of their next game. Don't ever forget Infinity Ward is the worst dev studio. They're morally bankrupt as well as incompetent. They are dog shit trash, and I hate them. And this is just, every single patch is evidence of it too. Every single patch. So you might be thinking, oh, this is out of place. Why are you talking about this randomly? I will give this same rant again, by the way, maybe next week. Definitely before MW3 comes out, for sure. And again, you can stay mad about it because I want to drill it into your head. You should hate Infinity Ward as much as I do because it's justified.
I blame the millionaires. Yeah, I don't know.
Stop.
They don't want them giving patch notes. He had another banger tweet yesterday. I'll have to send it to you unless you saw it.
Oh, God. It's Activision's fault.
No, this time it was
close mid damage range.
You know how he always blames the heads? You know how he always blames the heads at Infinity Ward? Well, yesterday he tweeted, "It's not Joe Secott's fault. I used to play games with him. He's a nice guy and he like blah blah. He like really cares. Like I think it's more Pat Kelly." And it's like, I hate him. I hate him so much. He's the worst person on Twitter. He's the worst person on Twitter. But I can't stop viewing his tweets.
Yeah, you're gonna have to send us that one. I think people who apologize for Infinity Ward's behavior might be worse than Infinity Ward. They certainly make me more angry. Like that sentiment, God, it pisses me off. Yeah. So anyway,
well, the thing is though, everyone right now is talking about like, oh, thank you Sledgehammer for like talking to us and like releasing a tweet about the beta, and they're like, Infinity Ward didn't do this. I'm like, you're wrong, because they did that a lot during the beta. They did that a lot. They actually said way more after the first weekend so far than Sledgehammer put out one tweet saying like, oh, we're looking into fixes for these things.
I did 2 blog posts.
Infinity Ward did like a deep blog post, and talked about everything. And some of the things looking back now, it was funny because they were like, we will look at ways to deal with like the disbanding lobbies. And then of course it was just a lie. They just tweeted that out to like, they put that in the blog post to not make people upset, even though they knew damn well they were doing nothing about the disbanding lobbies on launch. But they said they were looking to make changes for launch on that. And then everyone forgot about it. I saw that part of the blog post a couple days ago. So there were a bunch of things they just lied about in there. But let's be clear, they communicated a lot. It just all ended up being lies. So keep that in mind.
Which we told you was going to happen once again.
Yeah. So, but yeah, moving on here, I guess. About that shotgun real quick. So yes, it does still one shot. And let's be clear, Why does it one-shot? It's the Doom bundle. So let's lay this
We have
out.
to show those tweets you.
The Doom bundle
I'm sorry.
released on Monday, October 9th, right? The shotgun was a one-shot. What percentage of their sales come from day one when a bundle drops? Probably 75% of the sales they're going to make, I bet, happen day one. A lot of them happen day one. The next day, funny enough, they decide to nerf it then. This has been a bug for a couple weeks. And once they release it, or not a bug, it's been overpowered, I mean. Once they release that bundle, then they nerf it the next day after they made hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars yesterday on that bundle alone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Awesome. But anyway, so the new one-shot ranges. So base gun, if you ADS, the one-shot range is 5.1 meters. It was 7 meters. Hip fire is a 3-meter one-shot kill. Now, with a max range attachments, which is the 812 barrel and the DB107 suppressor, ADS one-shot range is 6.6 meters. Before it was 9.5. So that's still pretty good. If you're like playing Vandal and you're on a roof with someone, or certainly in like a staircase or anything like that, nothing changed whatsoever with that. And the hip fire is 3.7 with max range. And this is courtesy of some guy on Twitter, Elgoomataf. I don't know what it means, Goomy, but anyways. Yeah, so that's courtesy of him. He did some real testing, so thanks for that, buddy. Thanks for doing what the devs don't tell us.
Yeah, yeah. Which is, by the way, I think that's a pretty decent nerf.
Yeah, so
9.5 to 6.6. It's something. And yeah, we usually don't drag people on this show.
Yeah.
But I can't not do it in this case.
Yeah, so we're going to put these in order. Yeah, we're going to put these in order of how he tweeted them.
I think in order, right?
I just kind of put them out, but he tweeted about it like a week ago. Yeah, so I'm going to do it in that order.
Okay.
Yes, okay. All right,
so
yeah.
Did I put it in the right order?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Or I'm going to pull it up. So anyways,
right.
Yeah, I pointed this out on Discord. So let's be super clear. Streamers, everyone, they complain about this shit, right? They complain about the busted shotguns. And then what do? They all use them and make videos on them, right? Swag did this. Swag made a video as well. So the way this works, Activision, Infinity Ward, whoever it is, gives a lot of people, I don't know if they straight gift them the bundle or if they just give them COD points to kind of like promote it. That is how this works.
Really?
Yes. B-Made, the German girl, sent us a video one time when we talked about this a few months back, and she's like, Activision actually does gift them to a bunch of creators. And it was a German creator, and it was in German. So she explained, she's like, yeah, basically what he's saying is Activision gives them COD points to buy specific bundles to then talk about and make videos on. So they get the bundle for free, and then they promote it, right? So let's talk about this guy. He's a Rebirth player, TC Tech. He says, this is 1 week ago, right? This is October 2nd. He says, having the close range meta's time to kill being literally 0 millisecond is just illegal, man. Actually shameless to make the gun this broken just to sell a bundle. Please nerf this gun. Excellent. I agree with you, TC Tech, right? And then he tags Infinity Ward, Activision Raven. Let's move on. Oh, hey! Yesterday, he posted a video. The new Doom one-shot shotgun in Warzone 2. What's his thumbnail? The bundle that he complained about a week ago in a tweet saying how all they do is make overpowered guns to sell the bundle. He makes a whole fucking video about this bundle. The next day, after his video goes live, he tweets out one-shot shotgun, 4-stack, one-shot shotgun, 4-stack. In all caps, 10 times he tweets that out. That's the tweet. I mean, what is wrong with these people? Swag's the same way. Swag was bitching about this yesterday. He's bitched about it numerous times. He makes a video on it. They're all cocksuckers. So when you think about the people that get invited to COD Next, the people who put out these videos and complain about things, they don't actually care. They don't give a shit. When they get COD points to buy the bundles, they take it and they buy the bundle and they make a video to get themselves views and then they continue to complain about it. They just fucking lie. This is why we're like, some of you may think we're assholes, we complain a lot. We are truthful, and this is how we are. I'm a piece of shit on the pod, I'm a piece of shit. That's the way it works. These guys are acting like they're fucking high and mighty over here. Oh, this is shameless to make the gun this broken to sell a bundle. He gets COD points from Activision, buys the bundle, and makes a video on it. You're a fucking cocksucker, man. I hate people like this. It's ridiculous.
Dude. It's insane.
I don't know how they can do this with a straight face and not see a problem. I really don't.
It's crazy that he uses the word shameless. And again, his tweet, actually shameless to make the gun this broken just to sell a bundle. Like, that's so true. And then he uses the bundle and puts it in a fucking YouTube video just to sell advertiser dollars. Like, he's doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And he's also promoting the bundle to his audience, who will probably buy it and contribute to the problem he pretends to care about, which he obviously doesn't. The hypocrisy is insane. I don't know who the fuck this guy is, by the way. He's evidently pretty popular, though, because he got like 40,000 views in 15 hours.
In Warzone 1, he was probably a top 5 most popular Rebirth streamer and like YouTuber. He was very popular. 41,000 views in 15 hours. I wonder what this video has now. That I don't usually like care to respond to things like that on Twitter. I usually just see it. I'm like, this guy's an idiot. But I really thought about actually screenshotting those tweets and responding to him. Maybe I still will do it because I know he's just gonna like
do it from the podcast.
Yeah, because I know he'll respond and get mad and like quote tweet it or say something dumb, try to defend himself, or just straight up block us. But yeah, I would love to because he's a cocksucker. That's all there is to say about him.
It's just insane. And this is the most like bold-faced, obvious fucking instance of this behavior. But we're not picking on this guy in particular. We are, but this is just the most clear-cut example of what a lot of these fucking streamers do that really piss us off.
Yeah.
Now, we are not the crowd that hates all fucking streamers and thinks they're all cheating and thinks they're all morally bankrupt, because a lot of them are not. A lot of them are very big, very popular, and very principled, which is cool. But also, a lot of them are not. A lot of them behave exactly like this dude. They will complain about making guns overpowered to sell bundles and then buy the bundle themselves or advertise the bundle for Activision because it also enriches them. They will, complain about the game on their live streams, but every tweet is them just deep throating fucking Infinity Ward cocks.
Yep.
So they'll be on their live stream and they'll say, "Oh, this game fucking sucks. I hate it. How is this still a bug?" They'll break their monitor, but since they want to get invited to COD Next, they will immediately end that stream, go on Twitter and say, "Oh my God, I love this update." Even though they don't love the update. Hey, once again, enriching yourself.
Yeah.
And that's less of a problem than the bundle problem, but that's still very annoying. I just can't stand the hypocrisy. No. Be consistent. Just be consistent. It's so simple.
It's scummy.
And it's crazy that this guy so clearly elucidates that it is shameless, and he recognizes that they make the gun overpowered to sell the bundle. He explicitly points that out, and then he advertises the bundle.
Yeah.
And makes cash off of it himself.
Yeah.
Which is the exact same shameless behavior that he called shameless. It's just insane. But a lot of streamers do this. So fuck these people.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's some stats on the.
They'll hold back the truth of what they want to say and their actual thoughts about the game because they don't, they're scared of being uninvited to things. Even Kashav tweeted something like that. He was like, "Okay, I can't say anything else about MW3 right now, or else that one studio may like not invite me to calls again." Anymore. And it's like, this is the problem. Like, I get it though, because like he does need to be on there because he has the biggest news account related to Call of Duty. But also, like, this is how all of them are. They're scared to really say real things because they want to be involved and they want to feel popular and in the loop.
I think Keshav actually is not doing anything wrong with that, because I think there's a difference between keeping your mouth shut to maintain access to COD Next and the creator calls. There's a difference between just not saying anything versus saying that the update is awesome when you don't think it is. Like, at least don't lie to me. Because dude, if I was in his position, especially the owner of Charlie Intel, I would be doing the same shit. I would just be like, if I had a huge grievance, I would probably, if it meant keeping my access and my fucking livelihood, I probably wouldn't say anything either. But I certainly wouldn't go on to Charlie Intel Twitter and say this is the best update of all time when it's terrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's way more defensible and fine than some other streamers who are just obviously disingenuously being like sycophant, toady, little brown nosers.
Yeah.
When they obviously recognize all the problems with the game that everyone else does. Those people are the ones that really piss me off. But like, I don't think you're obligated to shit all over the dev studio if you want to maintain access. Like I think that's fine.
I just feel like you should be more open with your critiques of the game, and not all of these people are. They'll often
that's definitely
they'll start saying things and then they'll be like, I don't want to say anything else. I don't want to get in trouble is basically what they say. And it's like, really? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of my favorites is still sucks, like the I think it was season 2, the infamous Iceman Isaac tweet. Warzone is back. And then like that, like crying, like happy face with like little tears, like Warzone is back. 2 days later, he was like this. I don't remember what it was, but it was so funny. Yeah. I always think of that. Oh man.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
I feel like he is guilty of this a lot.
I don't think he's the most truthful.
But anyways, yeah.
J-God tells the truth. I agree with that, Biggie. Yeah. J-God does. J-God keeps it real.
Charlie Intel, by the way, is quite critical. So I think I give him credit
complained
too.
A lot this year. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah.
He doesn't go as hard as he possibly could, I guess, but he goes pretty hard still. And he's a huge account also. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, some streamers are like the little hypocrite rats, but a lot of them are not. You know, where I'm not putting all these like big popular streamers in the same boat. J-God's a great example. He keeps it super real.
He didn't play Warzone like this whole year because he said it was a shit game, basically.
And he's open about that.
Yeah.
And because he's like respectful and professional, he's a grown ass man. Like, he's professional about what he says. He's like, I think these are problems, but he doesn't say like we do that Infinity Ward headquarters should be firebombed. So, and by the way, that's a joke. I don't literally want to commit. Anyways, there are ways to do that and keep your access also, you know, and those are the people that like we really respect. And there are other big streamers, I'm sure, that are the same way. Dr. Disrespect, someone said in chat, like, that's true.
Great example. He trashes every game, every decision, the developers. Yeah, he keeps it real.
He's lost COD access as a result of that.
Yeah.
Like, they would have invited him to COD Next if he was playing Warzone and talking it up 100%. But they don't, because he just doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's in the stratosphere, so it's easier for him to do, I guess. But still, there are streamers that are cool. But anyway, that was a big couple of tangents there, but let's move on. So yeah, fuck that guy. Yeah. I will be tweeting at him after this, by the way.
Yeah, we should tweet at him from the... When you tweet at someone with a response, can you attach 2 images? I don't think you can, right?
I think you can.
Can you attach 2 in one response tweet?
If I can't, I will open GIMP and put it all in one.
Because I was going to say, it'd be great to... Yeah, because you need to put the one of him complaining about it and then his Doom bundle and then respond to that tweet where he was complaining about the shotgun. Yeah,
I'll be doing that.
Yeah, he's so fuck that guy. But anyways, I put this in the news section here just so all of you would pay attention to it. There is a new NVIDIA driver. Make sure to download it. It is a specific driver, game ready for the Modern Warfare 3 PC multiplayer open beta. So came out on October 10th, yesterday. Driver is 537.58, at least that's what it was for my GPU. Should be the same. Most of the NVIDIA GPU should have gotten this update. So yeah, you may want to download that. If you don't plan on playing the beta and just play Warzone, I maybe wouldn't. If you don't have issues, updating your drivers to the newest one is not always the best idea, especially for a game like Warzone. a lot of times you get worse performance, but if you are planning on playing the beta, it probably is a good idea to update your driver. I know I'll be doing this because I don't play Warzone, and I won't be playing Warzone, so I will be updating this Modern Warfare 3 driver.
It's available. My position on drivers is I don't fuck with mine unless there's an issue. So I'm going to try and play the beta on whatever driver I'm on, and if there's a problem, I know that there's a driver that is supposedly for the beta, but I don't think this happens as often anymore. But back in the day, there would be game ready drivers on day one, and they were always worse than like the previous driver.
Warzone 1 had a lot of issues with Warzone 1. Like between drivers, you could have a difference of 20 to 30 FPS average. Yeah, I don't know if Warzone 2 has been that way. I mean, there was the first 2 months of Warzone, you crashed constantly no matter what driver you were on. It was kind of just a crapshoot. So
yeah, but just be aware there is a new driver. So whether or not you update, if you don't update, like I won't, and you play the beta and you're experiencing hitching or shit frames or whatever, now you know, okay, I'm going to install the new driver and see how that goes. So
we'll make sure Edgy's keeping an eye on the tech support channel. We'll give him some extra overtime hours. Yeah.
Promoted back to Goblin. Yeah. So
yeah, anyway. We'll certainly see.
Today's episode is brought to you by us. This is our own ad for our Patreon. If you've been thinking of joining the Patreon, now, as we've said, is the absolute best time with MW3 coming up. A lot of betas, a lot of details on the horizon, and we've already got a lot of really good bonus episodes already out on Patreon and plenty more to come. Our MW3 multiplayer deep dive bonus episode is now available on the Patreon, just like what we did on episode 365, but for multiplayer, going really into depth with the perks, the gear system, the maps, etc. And next, we will be doing another Zombies episode in the wake of a ton of new info we've gotten since our last Zombies episode on Patreon. From October 13th to the 31st, free trials will be available on our Patreon at patreon.com/thedropshot. You can sign up for free from the 13th to the 31st this month, and you will get a 7-day free trial period at the gold tier, giving you all of those benefits. You will immediately gain access to all of our COD bonus episodes that we've ever done, along with early access to public episodes, all of which are ad-free. So if you want that multiplayer deep dive we just did, sign up for free, or the Zombies episode we will be doing. Join the free trial. At the gold tier, beyond that, for $5 a month, you get early access and ad-free public episodes, 3 COD-related bonus episodes every month, and access to an exclusive patron-only Discord channel. At $10 a month, upgrading to Platinum gets you everything from the gold tier alongside one Q&A episode where only you guys can ask the questions or hear the answers. Damascus, at $20 a month, gets all of that plus one behind-the-scenes episode every single month, a monthly Damascus-only patron hangout where we play custom games, we play all kinds of stuff, we talk, we get drunk, it's really fun, and you get access to the Discord Damascus Lounge. And then if you're an oiler, if you want to get real crazy, you can spend $50 a month for Obsidian, which is limited to only 10 people maximum. You get nothing extra beyond the Damascus tier, except for bragging rights, a black name in Discord, access to the Obsidian Skybox, Giga exclusive Discord channel, and of course, our gratitude. If you hated hearing this ad, sign up for the Patreon at any tier, because you won't have to hear it again, because all of those episodes, as we said, are ad-free. Let's get back to the show. So yeah, that's it for patch notes and changes that are already in effect. Now we've got some news and upcoming changes. Finally, we can talk about the more exciting and much anticipated Modern Warfare 3 info. We got a lot of shit here. Very excited to get into it. What do we got first here, buddy?
So we already actually covered this, but we're just going to go through the weekend 2 stuff quickly here so we know what we're looking at. Okay. But yeah, this is a blog post from before week 1, so we definitely went over this. But basically, yeah, beta starts October 12th at 10 a.m. Pacific if you pre-ordered. If you didn't pre-order, that's for Xbox or PC. And then I guess PlayStation will also get it too. Yes. So if you didn't pre-order, open beta for everyone is October 14th, Saturday at 10 a.m. And then that goes until the 16th. So if you pre-order, though, you get 2 days early access.
Yes. You can also pre-install now on Xbox and on PC. And Steam, maybe? Yeah, Battle.net or Steam, I think. Yeah. It's confusing to find on Battle.net. You go to modify install, and then you click the beta, and then underneath the big blue play button, there should be something called like download pre-release content. That's how you pre-install it. It's like 30 gigs, I think, on Battle.net anyway. So that's now available. But yeah, those are the dates once again for the beta. More interestingly, on the topic of the beta, Sledgehammer released a tweet. Weekend 1 of the MW3 beta has come to an end. We'll be back, blah, blah, blah. Until then, we'd like to take a moment to thank you all for your feedback. Our team is hard at work on further improvements for Weekend 2, which is the beta coming tomorrow, and beyond. Later this week, you can expect an update on some of the top concerns we've observed, including but not limited to operator visibility, which has been a big point of contention, a big piece of feedback that players have been giving Sledgehammer since the beta. Slide timing, which is probably the biggest feedback that they've been getting. And spawn selection, which I've seen a little less about, but I know Ace was talking a lot about this. So supposedly we will be getting some kind of blog post, I would assume, or at least a series of tweets on what Sledgehammer plans to do for visibility, slide timing, and spawn selection for Weekend 2. We haven't gotten it yet, so we're almost certainly getting it tomorrow morning, the morning of the beta launching itself. This is one of the downsides of us not doing the pod tomorrow, but, you know, we'll talk about it during our gameplay stream when we're doing that, and then we'll talk about our experiences of it on Saturday. Is the visibility better than the first weekend? Is the slide timing better than the first weekend, etc.? So this is good. It's good news.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll get an update on all of this tomorrow. We also could just get a patch to it or for some of these things as the beta goes on. Like maybe we don't get a patch until the open beta goes live on Saturday. Maybe they'll make some tweaks, but they won't have time to do all of it. You know, maybe they'll make like a visibility update tomorrow when the beta goes live, but they didn't have time to do the slide timing because the other beta just ended a day ago. So yeah, throughout the week, we may not get all these changes on the launch of the pre-order beta is basically what I'm saying. So
right, which isn't a big deal because what's far more important is that we get in writing some kind of commitment to changing all of this shit at some point. Yeah. Like if the visibility is terrible in the beta, but they've also released a blog post saying, hey, we're going to add nameplates, but we can't do it this weekend. That's not going to happen. But if they did do something like that, I'd be like, okay, that's totally fine. Yeah. As long as they plan on making the game better by launch, I'm cool with it. So, and yeah, as a reminder, like Tanner said at the beginning of this show, a lot of people are overly enthusiastically supporting Sledgehammer for simply communicating with their consumers. Now, let's be clear. This is a good tweet. And if they give us more information on what they plan to do about visibility, slide timing, and spawn selection, that's a good thing. But it's also the expectation for any AAA dev studio to respond to feedback and make changes based on what the players want.
Yeah.
This is what we should all expect and we should actually take this for granted. We shouldn't think that Sledgehammer is going above and beyond their obligations as a dev studio by telling us they're going to fix the game and how.
Yeah.
That is not an exceptional thing to do for a dev studio. That's not to say that it's bad. It's good that they're doing that. But we have been gaslit into thinking that this is in fact exceptional behavior from a dev studio. Because we've been dealing with Infinity Ward for so long, who wouldn't dare even do the bare minimum, which would be something like this. So to be clear, you should be happy about it. You should be excited about it. You should praise Sledgehammer for it. But this is also what you should expect from a dev studio. And also keep in mind, while this isn't while this isn't Infinity Ward, it is possible that just like MW2, we have the same exact thing happen where the dev team is super communicative, they're super engaged with their community, they're super responsive to feedback during the beta, and then the game launches and they stop updating it. I find that less likely to happen since this is not Infinity Ward, but it's still entirely on the table that that will happen. Vanguard wasn't the most updated game of all time, by the way. So don't take this as evidence that MW3 is going to be the year where we have really responsive dev teams that are listening to feedback and constantly engaging with the community. That could be what we're in store for, but this is not evidence of that being the case. We don't know that that's going to be the case. Maybe they'll be responsive to feedback. I certainly hope so. I think it's possible. If this was Infinity Ward, I would tell you this is not possible. It won't happen. But this is Sledgehammer, so it's possible, but it's not guaranteed. So don't get your dick too hard about this. Like, oh, Sledgehammer is going to communicate with us this year, guys. No, they're still selling boxes. They're communicating with us for now, which is good, but this is not evidence that they're going to continue to do this for the rest of the year. So keep that in mind.
Yep.
But anyway, this is good. I wish we had the blog post already to go over what exactly they plan to do on visibility and shit. And that's my question to you, Tanner. They say they're going to address these things. What do you think they will do to improve visibility of operators? What do you think they will do to improve slide timing? And I don't care about spawn selection.
Yeah, see, I don't know what they even mean by slide timing, because another complaint that I've been seeing now as the beta weekend went on was people were saying the slide is like MW2 slide, where when you press the button, there's a delay to the slide beginning, which is also not like how MW19 was at all. Like there's like a 100 millisecond or something delay from pressing the button until your character starts sliding, which feels weird, and it always felt a little off, and it's just unnecessary. If I'm pressing the button, why does it not just happen immediately? It should be instantaneous, like MW19. So I'm a little worried about that. So I'm wondering if that's all they mean by the slide timing. They're talking about that and not necessarily the little delay after the slide. I don't know, because the way they word it makes it sound weird. So it sounds like both of them need to be addressed, but yeah, we haven't played it ourselves yet, so it's hard to say. You don't notice the initial delay while watching streams because you don't know when they press the button, but you notice the delay after. It looks exactly like Vanguard. You finish a slide and you're kind of just existing for a short period of time and you can't do anything else. Looks exactly like how Vanguard was. So
yeah,
I don't know. It sounds like both of those things need to change. And then the visibility, I don't know. It's like it's funny because we noticed that right away at COD Next. Like I said something, I'm like, I keep thinking these players are enemies, but they end up being teammates. And like you can tell the players were confused too, and then people in chat were like, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I couldn't even tell the difference. So I don't know, maybe a bigger icon above their head, a different color. I'm not sure. I don't love the idea that they had in the earlier playtest that people played at the studio where like players were highlighted. That sounds weird to me. I don't understand how that works. I'd have to see that. But it was weird that they were saying one thing they did for the visibility originally was the player, when you're looking at them or ADSing or always, I don't know how it worked, but there was a line around their character model, like a red line. That just sounds weird. Sounds like having Combat Scout in multiplayer, always. So, not sure what I feel about that, but I don't know. I like how Treyarch does it, honestly. I like nameplates and health plates. I think games should just always have that, and there should be a setting to have it on or off. Some people don't like it. I love it. And it really helps for visibility. It's nice knowing how much health someone has.
Yeah, the health plates thing is complicated, and I'm not going to get into it. But if you really want to hear my thoughts, go back to my BO4 videos because there were health plates on that. And I don't know. I don't know if my opinion's changed since that video, but I talk about it a lot there. But nameplates, at least, I think is like just better, frankly. Especially for multiplayer. What I expect to happen in terms of the operator visibility, I think they are going to like highlight the character models more than they are highlighted now, enemy character models. Will it be jarring? I doubt it, because they did this for Vanguard too, I think. I think when Vanguard was in beta, people complained about visibility and they said, okay, we're going to like highlight them more. And then after that change, they were better visibility, but it wasn't like a big obvious like fucking red outline or anything, you know? So I think they're going to do the same thing there where they're going to highlight it, but like subtly enough to where it's not like jarring and weird looking. I think that is definitely going to happen. I would be amazed if they didn't do that at least. On top of that, will they add nameplates or a health bar? I doubt it. I feel like they would have launched with that if they wanted to do that, but I could be wrong. Frankly, I think it would be best if we got nameplates. I think that is the best solution. Or even like abbreviated nameplates. Like you could like have like shortened names or whatever, but that would be good. But another thing I could see them doing, more likely, is increase the distance and how far away you're aiming at an enemy at which their diamond appears. So like right now, there are little red diamonds above enemy's head in multiplayer if you're aiming at them. But I think they'll probably do something like, okay, if you're aiming within, I don't know, whatever, 200 pixels or whatever, or degrees of field of view. Like right now, let's say it's within 5 degrees of aiming your reticle at an enemy, their diamond will show up. We've increased that to 10. Something like that. I could see them doing that as well. So the diamonds appear more often, but I would love if they added nameplates. I don't think they will though. So those are my predictions, but we'll see. We'll know more tomorrow. And then, slide timing. I just have no idea what they're going to do. I hope they address both sides of the slide, as you said, but we will see if they
be addressed.
Yeah. And if they don't, luckily, there will be time before launch, and if everyone bitches about it again, if they only address the pre-slide delay, then they could change that also, the post-slide delay before launch. That would be cool. Well, we'll see. I don't know.
So I'm looking at the Vanguard blog post about visibility during it. All they did was remove distortion, which was like, remember how bad the distortion was when you fired your gun? Like everything right by your muzzle, besides the smoke, at the end of your barrel.
Like you're looking through a stove. Yeah.
Yes, it got blurry because it was distortion, like it says. So that's the only thing they did.
I thought they improved the highlighting.
No, I don't even know what you're talking about. There's no sort of highlighting with character models or anything. I don't know what you mean. And then they just changed the appearance of fire and explosions. And then on launch, they nerfed the sun, and that was it. Because the sun was really bad on some maps. I don't think they ever changed anything with characters. Not that I could find here, and not that I remember. But
it's weird.
Yeah. So anyways.
I could be wrong. I don't know.
Back to this blog post real quick. So basically weekend 2, they're adding some more maps and modes. So we're getting the new Cutthroat mode, which is 3v3v3, coming in weekend 2. We're getting High Rise, which will be cool. That's for 6s. And we're getting another ground war map, Orlov Military Base, which looks not good. Not good for ground war at all. So yeah, I think ground war is just not ever going to be good again. Not sure. They can't figure out the maps. The maps in MW19, the best maps were long and mostly flat with some buildings. They add too much verticality in the ground war maps now, and it just ruins them. It just makes them really bad.
Yeah, that's one thing we talked about a little bit on our last bonus episode. Free trials available starting the 13th, by the way, patreon.com/the Dropshot, is that no one's really talking about ground war. And the little that and that's because people aren't really playing it, because I guess it's not, at least the map that was in the beta weekend 1 was just not very fun. We will definitely be playing ground war during this beta, both maps. And I am curious to see how it plays. This would be the first iteration of ground war with 150 health, by the way, which I think is cool too. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen like any gameplay of it because no one was streaming it because they didn't like it. So
Yeah.
I have no opinion on the maps because I haven't even seen them really other than screenshots.
Yeah, just basing it off the screenshot here. Like if that whole back area is playable, the map's going to be dog shit. I can guarantee that. But maybe that's the edge of the map and you can't go up that mountain. I don't know. They always put weird screenshots that show like a corner of the map for some reason.
Yeah, they don't pick the best screenshots often, but yeah, we're excited. I'm excited to try Ground War though. High Rise will be cool, but
yeah.
I mean,
High Rise will be great.
Sixes map that'll be good. Yeah, I don't have like questions about that.
High Rise will probably end up being the best
questions
map
about
for Sixes.
the Ground War maps.
Yeah.
Yeah, people aren't loving the Sixes maps.
No, so we have Favela, which people are not liking at all in this game. We have Estate, which people have never liked. And then we have Skid Row, which actually seems to be the one that people enjoy the most. So that's what is in right now. I believe it's just those three. So then we'll have High Rise, so a total of 4 Sixes maps, and then the 2 Ground War maps, and then the new Cutthroat game mode, which I guess we'll try or not. I don't know. We're never going to play it when the game launches, so maybe we won't try it.
Yeah, probably not.
Absolute saying in chat, the beta Ground War map was great. Yeah, also people just like, we always like Ground War in MW19. Actually, it was popular in MW19 for a while, actually. Never mind. That's what a lot of the people played. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's just, maybe it kind of got the gunfight treatment. People really enjoyed it for 1 year, and then it just kind of died off. I don't know. We'll see, but we're excited to try it. I want Ground War to be good, because the best thing about Ground War, skill-based matchmaking is not strict at all. You play against some dog shit players, and that is another complaint I keep seeing. Every year we get the beta, the game launches, everyone's like, oh my gosh, they cranked up skill-based matchmaking. No, they did not. It's just all the sweats own PlayStations and are playing it early because they want to play it.
And
every streamer, every streamer got out their PlayStation to play it. They're all the ranked players. You know, everyone is playing it. Of course it's going to be sweaty. The game will be miserable, sweaty on launch too. So like people just complain about it constantly. They'll be using
Orion TAC 56s in multiplayer while you're trying to level new guns.
Yeah, it's just not going to change. Skill-based matchmaking is not going to change.
I can't wait to die to a pro-tuned Orion meta CDL Vaznev on my first game on launch.
I saw some people saying
like a fucking MK3, the new fucking bolt action lever action rifle. I can't wait.
I saw people tweeting at Sledgehammer and saying to make a MW3 only guns mosh pit for like the first month of the game. That'd be a great idea. I bet they will do something like that. MW3 specific.
That would be cute.
Yeah,
that's a cute idea.
I should honestly
just a cute idea.
Almost separate it. But then that's way too many modes with hardcore and everything, so they can't. But yeah, so hopefully not. So yeah, and then I guess Search is coming too. Search was on the first weekend, so if you're into that, there we go. And then of course the max level is going from 20 to 30. So a few new things in here. The Renetti burst handgun, the deployable cover field upgrade, the Mosquito drone kill streak, which is an explosive drone that circles the area around where the drone is launched. It dive bombs enemies, it spots and explodes. So similar to kind of similar to Drone Squad, I guess, in BO4. You kind of just call it and then it does its own thing. A little bit. But I guess you still have to mark an area. In BO4, did you just call in Drone Squad? I think you did, huh?
Yeah, and it's nothing like the Drone Squad, yeah. The Drone Squad, you called it in and it followed you around.
Oh, it followed you, okay.
This seems more like a... it seems like a shitty precision airstrike. You open your tablet, you pick a spot, but instead of like 2 or 3 passes, it's just one drone bombs it. But actually, it's a little different than that because it targets a particular player. So maybe it's like an automatic predator missile, basically.
Yeah, like I kind of thought of it like you'd mark an area, and if someone's not there, it's like the drones will fly around for a little bit, and then if someone walks into that area 5 seconds later, then a drone will still attack them.
That's what it sounds like.
So, I don't know. But yeah, so we're getting that.
It seems pretty good.
Bone conduction headset is coming at level 24. Also, something I realize now, because people were using this, a lot of these items were in like the default classes. So you were already able to run bone conduction headset, but now you can set it up on your custom class.
Right.
And then at level 25, you're getting the Armory. So Armory unlocks give operators the ability to unlock more items for their loadouts. Instead of earning this gear simply by leveling up, players must complete specific in-game challenges to access them. That'll be interesting to see. So challenges to unlock weapons, equipment, perks, kill streaks, and cosmetics.
Oh, that's
really
an
interesting to see how that
feature.
plays out. Yeah.
It reminds me of the weapon platform convoluted dogshit weapon leveling system, to be honest.
Yeah.
But again, that ultimately doesn't matter for anyone listening to a Call of Duty podcast because you guys are going to be max level and have all your guns maxed anyway, so it won't matter at the end of the day. But yeah, pretty weird.
The new Killstreak Juggernaut Recon gear delivered by Care Package. The suit is equipped with a radar that pings nearby enemies, contains a riot shield, haymaker, and smoke grenade. I already saw gameplay of that, so that's in some default class too. The Swarm SMG, ultra compact and maneuverable 9mm SMG, overwhelms targets with its fast fire rate. Then you're getting the ACS field upgrade, which is the automatic computer spike that captures and temporarily hacks,
also known as the Little Bud,
nearby enemy devices. Yeah. Then we're getting Commando Gloves, which is reload while sprinting. That's the most exciting thing here of all of them. Reloading while sprinting. Yes. That will be very fun. I'm extremely excited to try that out. That unlocks at level 29. Then level 30, Throwing Knife, Who Cares? And Demolition Vest, resupply lethal and tactical every 25 seconds. So yeah, that's what we're getting.
Yes. And then they also give us tips, which we're not reading.
No, fuck no. Yeah.
Devs are not qualified to give tips. So we talked about a lot of these perks and shit in the, once again, Patreon episode we just released, which is technically free for everyone. You guys just need to sign up during the free trial period, and you can go listen to that. So it's basically a public episode. But I'm very excited to get into all of that, obviously. A lot of those things, even though, like the bone conduction headset, even though that was level locked behind level 20, which is the max level for weekend 1, they were in the default classes. People have already used it. So there's going to be some things that are new here, but not everything is going to be new. But regardless, it's all going to be new for Tanner and I, and I'm very excited to get into it. We will see how that goes. But there's just a couple little details there. So, yeah.
And then next thing up regarding the beta, Exclusive Ace did some testing. So I will pull this up here. If you're curious about the time to kill with the new health, he did a average AR time to kill within the max damage range. And the Modern Warfare 3 beta is pretty much exactly the same time to kill as Cold War, making it the third slowest AR average time to kill in any Call of Duty. BO4 had the slowest time to kill in multiplayer, Cold War second, and the MW3 beta so far is just behind Cold War. So if you like the time to kill in Cold War, you're really going to like this game. For example, MW2 multiplayer average AR time to kill was about 210. MW3 beta average time to kill about 320 or so. That's a big difference in multiplayer. 100 milliseconds slower in multiplayer, that is a big difference. I mean,
that is a very big difference, yeah.
It's wild to think that was actually the Fennec time to kill in Warzone 2 when it launched. It was right around 300. It was sub 300, actually. Some of those broken guns were 250, 300, the pistols and shit. So that's what the time to kill in multiplayer is going to be. And then he did some testing with SMGs as well, within their max damage range. And it's actually a little bit slower than Cold War even. Again, very close. It's like 275 millisecond time to kill. Compare that to Modern Warfare 2, about 175. So again, about 100 milliseconds slower with that added health. So if you're into the slow time to kill multiplayer games, require a lot more shots to kill, you're probably going to really like this game.
Yeah, this is the closest to the very long BO4 TTKs that we've pretty much ever seen. And by the way, this is within max damage range, and it's also with the beta guns only, but this is going to be very representative of, I think, every gun. Which is cool, which is really cool. And that's something I'm also very excited for. A lot of fast movement on top of a slow TTK. In theory, that really increases the skill gap. And I'm very curious to see to what degree there feels like there is a skill gap once we play the beta. But these are good numbers to see. And obviously increasing the health, increase the time to kill, which is good. which most people I think are a fan of. But yeah, shout out to Exclusive Ace for that video. I will have that video linked in the description, by the way, if you want to go watch his whole video where we pulled those charts from. That will be in the show notes and video description.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
I'll be right back if you want to start going over these next things here.
So next thing here are a couple of leaks. So we got some leaks, and a lot of them have screenshots attached. And also the game launches in 30 days. So the closer you get to launch, the more likely a leak is to be accurate, particularly when there are screenshots attached, because that means they were either photoshopped, which I've never seen happen since we started this podcast, frankly, or they were data mined or something, or someone accessed some kind of weird build through Steam that they shouldn't have access to or something. So this is from @ForwardLeaks on Twitter, and he tweeted a picture of, it looks like a calling card. Here's what he says. Proof that the EM1 from Advanced Warfare is returning in MW3 will likely coincide with the rumored Advanced Warfare season for Season 3. So, yeah, and this is not the only person who's saying this. Rumors and leaks are going around that there will be different throwback seasons during the MW3 life cycle. So, for example, Season 1 is going to be all about COD 4. So there's going to be like a bunch of COD 4 weapons that get launched. And obviously their stats and gunsmith adjusted, whatever. It's really just a cosmetic thing. Just like the ACR, like it's not the same gun because it's a different game, but they call it that or whatever. Or it looks like that. But yeah, there's going to be like throwback seasons, and we have a couple more details on that, but I never played Advanced Warfare. The gun looks goofy, but yeah, it's probably coming. I think the more interesting part of this leak is that there will be throwback seasons, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to add new weapons, then
especially with all the maps they're doing, goes along with the theme. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole theme of this fucking year is like nostalgia. So you might as well lean into that. I think that's kind of cool. And might see some more, fan favorite guns that we haven't seen in a while. Returning through these little throwback seasons. I think it's actually a cute idea. And again, especially for this game, which is launching with all remastered maps, it fits the theme. Like this is kind of like our Hall of Fame title for a year, which is kind of cool.
So EM1 was in Vanguard. That was the gun they added late into Vanguard life cycle that I never really used, but it was like the laser rifle. You remember that? Because it was in Warzone.
Was it the laser gun?
Yes.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's coming in MW3?
Well, it was a laser, but it really wasn't. It still just fired projectiles, right? Didn't it actually operate as a... Yeah, of course. So the more exciting thing there, the EM1's going around, but as of right now, Season 3 is rumored to have the EM1, the AMS-1, the BAL, and the Moores sniper rifle. So the BAL and the AMS-1 were the two most popular guns in that game. I remember that's like the last time I actually watched and enjoyed CDL because it was fun watching Advanced Warfare because of uplink and those game modes. Yeah. And the two guns they ran were the BAL and the AMS-1. The AMS-1 was my personal favorite on those in that game. It sounded really, really good. It had a great fire rate. All of the optics were really good in that game. They're actually similar optics to what we had in Vanguard and what we're getting in this game, actually, where a lot of the bezels are open at the top. It's that type of look. So there's glass, and then the top of the glass, there's no bezel over it, which are the really clean optics, and those were the ones that people used on those guns. So it fits right in with all of that as well, the kind of the look of the optics we're getting. So that's exciting. And then, of course, Tommy Henderson responded to this, made a little article on insider-gaming.com, and he agrees. He thinks these are coming. He's corroborated the leaks, and it's supposedly Season 3.
And he's the most reputable leaker in the game, as a reminder, is Thomas J. Henderson, friend of the pod.
And Tommy H,
Yeah. Well, so I think this is like almost certainly true.
Yeah.
I think the gun coming to the game is almost certainly true. Whether or not they are throwback seasons or whatever, I think that's also very likely true. I think it's just a little less likely, but I believe all of it. I believe like the entire leak.
Yeah,
all of the
I
details.
think it would start in season 2 if we're getting throwback seasons, because season 1, Sledgehammer already confirmed we're getting 3 new maps, which like they claimed were not remastered maps, if I'm not mistaken, because we're getting 3 brand new maps in season 1 that we've never seen before. Yeah. So if they're doing this theme, it's probably starting in season 2. Maybe season 2 will get some MW3 guns, which we have some leaks right here for, and then season 3 Advanced Warfare, something like that. So yeah, moving on. There is a Ram 7 Mastery emblem in the files. So those are going around. Those rumors are going around. MW3 throwback season, because also there's an FR556 from MW3 in the files. We're looking at the images right now. It is the FR556, and then there's also a separate MW2 FR Advancer, which look different. So cool. One of the worst guns is coming back. Awesome.
Yeah, the Advancer.
Yeah, but it kind of just shows that this shit is already in the files. I don't think any of this is. I don't think these are doctored images. I mean, they look real. It's screenshots like in-game of the locked camos, which you also got to look at the camos we've seen, but we haven't talked about yet because the resolution is bad. There are zombies camos too, so we don't know which one are zombies camos. So I don't want to get super excited about some of these thinking they're excellent and then realize it's the zombies camo, and I have to play Modern Warfare Zombies for 500 in-game hours to unlock it. So I don't want to get excited yet. So we'll see. You know, with MW2, we got a blog post about the camos before the game's launch, which was excellent, actually. Showed real high-res images of them.
Yeah, that was a good blog post.
So hopefully we get another blog post, because again, don't forget, don't give Sledgehammer credit yet. Let's see how they continue. Infinity Ward communicated fantastically before the game launched. I mean, they put out blog posts. They were doing it all, right? So let's settle down.
Writing, typing.
Let's settle down.
Yeah.
They were doing this shit too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I like the throwback season idea.
I think it's a great idea, and it would come along with throwback maps, is what they were guessing. So season 3, we would get some Advanced Warfare maps. Oh, and also there was the Advanced Warfare emblem was in the files as like an emblem or something special as well. So
maybe that's all like tier 100 of that season's battle pass would be like the AW emblem or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that idea. It's a good theme too. Because like if they're going to add new guns, whether they add a mutant or a Ram 7, one gun we've never had in COD before, one we have, they're ultimately just going to be fully auto assault rifles. So like it doesn't really matter. So you might as well make a cute little theme out of it. And if it coincides with maps from that game, which it almost certainly would, honestly. Yeah. Like when we get the Ram 7 and the FFAR, we're probably also going to get, the FR556, which was the FAMAS with burst rifle.
Yikes,
terrible gun. But if we get those in a season, then we would likely also get a couple remastered maps from MW19, unfortunately. And let's just hope they don't pick Grozno Raid.
Oh, you know? Yeah.
Let's hope they pick a good map.
Yeah.
Well, are there good maps they could remaster? I mean, Shoot House again, but holy shit, I'm kind of tired of Shoot House, honestly.
Yeah, Shoot House would I could definitely see that coming, though.
I could see it coming, yeah. That's the best map easily from MW19. What else was good? I mean, there were okay maps. Man. Gunrunner was okay. What's the Hackney?
They were all... Hackney was good.
I grew to like Hackney.
Yeah, Hackney was probably the best Sixes map.
Ramaza
was pretty good. Yeah, Ramaza was pretty good.
Called Ramaza,
I liked it. A lot of players didn't. I liked it.
Yeah, but anyway, the point is, I like the theme. I like the idea. And for people that have never played some of these games, like I never played Advanced Warfare. I played CODs before that game and after it, but I took a big break in the middle. AW is one game I never played. So it'd be cool for me to experiencing the guns. I don't care because it's not going to be the same gun as an AW gun, but the maps would be experiencing the AW maps by and large. That would be cool. And it would be interesting because wasn't that a jetpack COD? It would be interesting to see what maps they remaster because those maps were designed for jetpack gameplay and there are no more jetpacks. So that'll be weird how they accomplish that. That would be interesting to see.
Yeah.
So
MW 2019.
regardless, I think it's a cute idea.
MW 2019 season brings Verdansk. I mean, they could tie that in with one of like Rebirth or Fortune's Keep. Yeah, they're like, oh, this is this theme season. We're releasing Rebirth Island this season. These guns from MW 19. Blah blah. Yeah, they could do something like that.
They could also remaster. I find this unlikely, but it's possible they remaster, like in the MW 19 season. They're like, hey, by the way, we're having a new ground war map. Krovnik farmland.
Oh, that'd be excellent.
That'd be pretty dope. I don't think it's likely at all, but possible.
Yeah.
I don't think it's likely unless they also have all of Verdansk coming to the game, because that would be a big map in terms of memory to add by itself. But
that would just again make people mad that you could be playing in Verdansk but not on Verdansk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then last thing here, this is a tweet from Activision. It's awesome to see anticipation building for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 as we continue to work towards regulatory approval of the Microsoft deal. We've been getting some questions whether our upcoming and recently launched games will be available via Microsoft Game Pass. Well, we do not have plans to put MW3 or Diablo 4 into Game Pass this year. Once the deal closes, we expect to start working with Xbox to bring our titles to more players around the world, and we anticipate that we would begin adding games into Game Pass sometime in the course of next year. And I mean, yeah, this year's done in 2 months, so yeah, pretty cool. A lot of people were interested in that because that's kind of been the top. I mean, the Microsoft president already said he was going to bring COD to Game Pass, so I don't know. This is nothing new, but a lot of people were making a big deal about this, I guess. I don't know what else they expected. Microsoft doesn't own them yet. Did people expect it to like be in Game Pass on launch when they don't actually own them yet? I don't know. But anyways, that will be coming at some point next year. You'll be able to play Call of Duty multiplayer on Microsoft Game Pass.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah.
Weird. So anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I have nothing to say about this. You guys will figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't know. The deal isn't even done yet. So if you guys are like mad, it's about the Game Pass status. I think you're outside of your mind. But that's it. We are done. I gotta get all this shit ready for tomorrow because I need to be done editing before the beta starts. So we are gonna head out. But thank you guys for watching and listening. As always, a reminder: Patreon free trial starting on the 13th. If you want to get access to all those bonus eps, we just did once again a multiplayer super deep dive, and we've got some more multiplayer probably and zombies content coming up. And follow us on Twitter, find the Discord to find our schedule. And as a reminder for those of you who are going to be around tomorrow, we will be live streaming our beta gameplay, so you can see us react in real time to playing the beta for the first time. Very excited about that. And then on Saturday, of course, we will be doing our beta first impressions after we've actually gotten our grubby little fucking hands on it. And that episode is gonna bang, by the way, on Saturday. That episode's gonna bang and fuck. We'll finally have played the beta and we will get to talk about it. It might bang too hard. I might need to stream it on, a different, a triple X rated website. So anyway,
fuck way too hard for all of you to see.
Stay humble.
Stay humble.